All right. Hi. Okay, let's start this. Please choose a screen and subtitle language. English. Yes, please. Have you played Stanley Parable before? I have, actually. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Right there. Please enter the current time. 6 p.m. 6. Nope. Nope. Why do I keep doing that? 35. Note, accessibility settings can be accessed from the menu. Okay. Oh, there you go. Whoa. My screen's on the computer. That's crazy. Okay, let's go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every
just
year.
typed one letter.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Huh.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
What?
No one had showed up to give him instructions,
No way.
call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, whoa. Just going through my chair right now. Huh. I hate Mondays. I do hate Mondays. Let's see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Number 1, Dad. I'm just curious. I like work. I just hate my boss. And that one just says, what does it say? Mile? Number 1, Dad. Oh. Oh. I'm on this guy's desk. Oh. Can I jump out the window? I could.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh, shoot, wait. Yeah?
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
I can stay here all day. Oh.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked best was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible.
I just want to see how this goes.
And keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yeah. You too will become quite unbearable.
That was very good, actually. He's still going? Oh, he's still going. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go.
All of his co-workers.
Okay, let's probably do this.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's over there. Oh? What does that do? How the mighty have fallen? Who farted? Who farted indeed?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Where should I go? Let's go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, just to admire it. I bet it's amazing.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Truly.
It had really been worth the detour after all. Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I get a drink? No?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna ignore everything he says.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, whoa. Do not jump from the cargo lift while in motion. Will cause death. Penalty of misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift to $5,000. I get fined for dying.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Oh.
Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm gonna go to blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope. Keep going.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right,
I've been through this before.
Ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
I think it's that light.
There we go. Oh. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Can you go out the window again? I can't. There's still some unfinished textures here. Wait, what did he say? I'll go this way. Or not.
Okay, oh. I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1?
Yeah,
I can
1.
understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1?
Yeah.
That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess
it's
it
very
isn't my
helpful.
place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Doors attempted, steps taken, endings achieved, doors closed, awards won. %3 of the worst players chose the blue door. I think he's trying to hurt me.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
I'd love to try it.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
All right. Oh.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
4 hours
Be sure to keep
play.
Notes on your experience.
That is loud. Am I really supposed to do this for 4 hours? Nope, wait. Okay. What if I just let him burn? I'm just gonna let him burn.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
Actually scared
I'm
me.
not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
Oh.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Where am I?
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Was that a Minecraft sound effect door? Door sound effect? Is this supposed to be, the, whatchamacallit, wildfire? Look at that texture. I feel like this is like wildfire, I think.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
Can't be what? Give me a sec. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is wildfire.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, thank goodness.
I actually
Stanley,
like
what a
open world
close
games,
call.
though.
You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
I keep
We're out
crouching.
of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big,
Oh, but I actually kinda
insurmountable
wanted to play
walls.
this game, though.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay,
Yeah.
Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh. Let's go. Oh, now we're gaining speed.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Let's
Is
go.
it better than my... Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh. Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Oops. Where am I? Oh. Oh, this is creepy. Where am I supposed to go? It's very hard to see down here. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be
He
here
sounds very
soon.
ominous.
Very
feel like-
soon.
Oh boy.
I can wait.
Oh. There we go. The end is never the end. Oh. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh wait, do they still have the...
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yeah.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Yeah.
Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, There you go.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly.
50 clicks, okay.
50 clicks.
I'm not even gonna count. This is gonna take a bit while.
No, I'm still
No?
not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Come
I want
on.
to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost.
Okay, let's go.
Why
then.
don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? Where's that door? 420. Oh, 417.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. 420, 426. 437, 437. There it is.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10
415.
clicks or so.
415, 415. It's over here, right? Where is it? 415, here you go.
Now, back to door number 437.
437. Where is it? It was back here. It's in the first room.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, The copy machine.
Copy machine. Copy machine.
All
Let's
right,
go.
back to room 417.
417,
I'm really
okay.
feeling it now. I think we're getting
We're
somewhere.
almost there. Come on. Come on, narrator.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's
this one.
desk.
Oh, come on. Come on. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Jesus. Come on. There
Yes! This is great! You're
Okay.
putting it all on the line, Stanley. I
What's
like
next?
that.
What's next?
All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. Okay.
We've almost got it!
Okay.
Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Is there one here? Nope. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on
Let's
door
do this.
430!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes! We did it!
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
It did.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing
Thank
could
you.
hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
I know, right?
Really now. What were you thinking?
I have no idea what I was thinking. Thank you, narrator. You truly opened my eyes. Oh, there you go. Wonder what's on these other doors. Can open them. Knowing your city. Sick. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of
But
2
now we're
open
gonna follow
doors,
the narrator.
he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not getting
Feeling
fired.
a wave of
Talk less,
disbelief,
do unbelievably
Stanley
amazing
decided to
work all
go
the time,
up to
every
his
day with no
boss's
exception of
office,
promotion or
hoping he
recognition.
might find an answer there.
Solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside of you. Take it out passive aggressively on other Okay, he's going way too fast. I thought you were a person. Why these plants keep scaring me? Synergize. Shift global market parade. Monetize free to play. That sounds amazing. What does that say? 2 something. Oh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Is there really nothing to do here?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yeah. I mean,
Are you really still in the broom closet?
I am.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because, I don't know. I mean, if there's nothing to do, then...
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, I mean...
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
The more
Maybe
you talk to
when you
me,
go
the
talk
more I
about
think
this with
there's
your
going to be
friend,
something
you'll say,
going to happen.
Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite.
Oh,
hope
did
your
you get
friends
the
find this
broom
concerning.
closet ending?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Okay,
He probably
come
only
on.
got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Now he's just friggin' insulting us. He's gone low. He took in a new
Well,
low.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Am
You
I?
got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
There's no one else in the
They've
room.
fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
What if I just stay here? I mean, is he just done talking? Oh.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna listen to the narrator. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Extreme bathrooms. That sounds like something I'd read. Extreme bathrooms. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Business strategy. Indoors monthly or outdoors monthly? Doors monthly? Either one. Shapes. Exclusive. Lenny Smith talks about his new book. Is that right? I can't read that. Indoors monthly. Alright. Oh. Photo. These papers are glowing. Oh, okay. I guess we're going both. Oh. Did I not go anywhere? Was the narrator singing to the song?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He
Just a
stepped
hunch.
into the newly opened
Just a lucky guess.
passageway.
Just a lucky guess. I'm that good.
Descending deeper into the building,
Oh, let's go.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay.
Stanley walked
Oh.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I wanna... I mean... Mind control facility? Okay, let's try...
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Never mind then. Guess I'm going to the mind control facility.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
This is just very... Why would they make 3 separate towers for single buttons like this?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, here you go. What number was I? Oh, they're all gone now. What number was my office again? I can probably see where my office is. It's like 4... Can't tell. Okay, let's go.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
It couldn't be
Had
true.
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this
Really?
the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
I can't
Had
believe
he
it.
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and
fine.
commanded from this very place. And as the
So it's
cold
not
reality of his
working right now.
past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Console disabled. There's buttons here though. 2. Oh. Cannot go up here? Okay. Here's one over here. 5. point of this? Just a red circle. Facility power. Okay, let's see. Mind controls idle awaiting input. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Should I? Okay, alright. Oh! Where am I? It's all black.
Blackness.
Blackness.
And a rising chill of uncertainty.
Uncertainty.
Was it over?
Oh.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's
Light.
command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Finally.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
I can't go back.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go,
Whoa.
what to do, or how to feel.
There's a barn.
Whatever
Where
life
is this
he
place?
lives, it will be
It's supposed to be an
his.
office building. Why is there just
And
a
that was
barn
all
and
he needed to know.
fields back here?
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense
free.
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I call this an absolute win. Achievement unlocked. Beat the game. Sick. Okay, back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Silly Stanley. Always missing memos. Gotta be less clumsy, Stanley. New content?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Okay. This I haven't seen before. What the heck is this? Oh, little lad.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
No way.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I am too. Let's go.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yeah.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I can't believe... Yeah. I can't believe this is happening.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
What do you mean? We just started.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
Jump circle? Wait. Oh, that's wild. What the frick? Can you not do anything else? What's over here? Is that it? I mean, I'm not complaining. Can't jump on the table. It says jumps remaining. I don't really want to waste all my jumps though. I think I'm gonna save those jumps. 20 jumps. That's quite a lot.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Yeah, of course there has to be.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Of course it does.
This is new
this
content.
is amazing
I could
content.
just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
Oh.
Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
It's just like scaffolding. Wait.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You
Really?
see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
No way.
I'm infuriated
There's no way
and
they
I'm
actually have
offended,
one.
and I intend to find these people on Twitter and
Ooh.
hold them personally accountable.
On Twitter.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
I kind of
What do
like
you
the jump
say,
circle though.
friend?
I like the. Oh, okay. Hopefully we get the jump circle back, because I didn't do those last 20 jumps. This is new.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent!
In the
I
vent?
want to show you something!
We're venting? But there's something over there, though. I kind of just want to go explore that real quick.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Oh, I'm hurt. I'm going back then. You can't call me a dork.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Okay. The way you said dork, that was pretty funny. You're a dork anyways.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it
Yeah.
got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
This Elden
Just
Ring?
our little secret. Take a look.
Looks like a... Oh.
I call it the memory zone.
Whoa.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Classic memory. The launch of Stanley Parable on PC. That's a ultimate classic. It's a little elephant door handle. The memory zone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, it's endorsed monthly. Cargo. Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Independent Games Festival Audience Award. That's actually really nice. BAFTA? What did it do? Stanley Parable. Oh, it's for The Last of Us. Okay. Ah, good times around the office. Oh, I remember the mind control facility. Good old memories. Our first kiss, our first car. The release of Stanley Parable in 2013. Okay. The Stanley Parable. 2013. I remember the memory zone temp. Oh, that's the boss one. Be My Valentine. The original remake. Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. Oh. Bits of music from the Stanley Parable. First dollar, I'm assuming. Stanley Parable demonstration. Ooh. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. I think that's an actual achievement. I don't know if I have that though. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Okay. Nominee. A lot of nominees. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Red guys go to scandal to a new crisis. 50% off designer had no way. Oh. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Okay. In loving memory, little Stanley. Oh, that's adorable. There's just a piano right there.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
Every game
That's
ever.
how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now,
Persona 3.
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Ah. Why is there just a random picture of Portal? Let's begin again. I remember that part. That path. The adventure line. The tasteful, nostalgic. It was good. Dang. These are actually memories I remember. They're playing the Stanley Parable, the 2 doors, top 10 memories. Let's go down here real quick. Memory zone maintenance. What is that up there? Can't tell. Like a metronome? There's something up there? I wouldn't be surprised if they hit an Easter egg over there. Buy on Steam. I already did buy on Steam. The buttons? The greatest wealth is memory. The end is never the end. Oh. Forrest Scott K. More buttons. Your number is 29.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Gray, red, missing coworker scenario, meeting, boring, grass trial version. 6 royalty-free designs. Okay. Same boss mug. 9 out of 10. The serious room. We just go back?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Oh. The maintenance room is open.
Wait. Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
What?
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down
Steam
here.
reviews?
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh, no way.
Honestly,
Oh,
I could
what?
not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
You're right. I think the narrator needs more props.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It's okay, narrator. Those people who left reviews are just fools.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Oh, he's taking
Not
criticism.
if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes.
That clock, right?
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Is it 12
You've
hours?
just been frozen there.
Oh,
I don't know
I'm sorry.
why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
I have
The
someone
plant.
to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
A week?
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time.
Dark.
Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it is. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously.
Okay.
I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less.
I'm gonna feel bad
You see,
for this.
it was a revelation for me. It
Oh. Oh. Okay. Clock's still not working. The frick is that? Oh. Okay.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands.
He's gone
But
crazy.
then, he's talking
He's
too
gone
much,
insane.
they said. First, he
Oh,
didn't
no.
entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley and...
Oh, God, I'm gonna feel bad. Here, water. Clock fell.
The end is never
Oh.
the end, is never 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 the.
I'm sorry, narrator. Oh. Uh-oh. Water damage. We need to get a repairman. Ah, frick. We didn't get a repairman in time. Oh. Can I escape? Oh. It's like dying light. Okay, never mind. That's all gone now. Let's get out of here. Never mind, let's get out of here. Oh. Oh. Okay, you press the button again. A way out. What the frick happened? Oh, this is like that one scene where like you just see a Statue of Liberty like covered in sand. And, like the guy just gets on his knees and says, "No. No! Yeah, like that. They created the movie scene. Where am I supposed to go now? Oh. Okay, hold on. Okay. We're back here. Oh.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Oh, he was talking about the other... He was talking about the friggin' skip button, wasn't he? Username access. Just turning off everyone's computers. Make them lose all their progress. Oh. No content?
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
I mean,
yes, I have
how
something
could I
very
not have?
exciting to show you.
Okay, we don't have to go through that again. Nope, still can't go through there.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
Okay.
and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original
I don't
Stanley
think it
Parable
was
was a
that
landmark, and any new content for it
I like
should
the
live
memory
up to
zone.
that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
No way!
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll
The end
cover
is never
with a
the end.
fully
Again.
fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Testing two printers at the
This
same
is what
time.
fans have truly been asking for.
2 phones. Yes,
Calling
this is
it
what
the
I've been
Stanley
asking for
Parable 2
forever.
is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
What does that say? Can't read that. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Yeah. Old plus busted. New hotness. Boring sections of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. Yeah. They're back. 2 doors. Oh. What is that? I can't read it. It's so small. 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 is... Oh. Don't talk to me before I've had my sequel. Every pause button in Roman numeral 2. Meaning at 2. Sincerely, management. More TSP, better TSP. Color red. Leverage, holistic, value. Win-win. Okay. What is this even supposed to mean? Ugh, 2 Stanleys.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Dark Souls 2. Crab, the ultimate sequel. Sequel of what? 2? More 2s? Prequel to Stanley Parable. 2 is a sequel to the Stanley Parable is a prequel to... Okay. You are the sequel. I'm the sequel? No way. New features. New content. Red carpet. Whoa.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Okay, I'm down for that.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Come on.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Jim?
But of course, in
Really?
the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Okay, I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
Yes.
Sleeping and waking as Jim.
Yes.
Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim.
Okay.
Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it
hold on.
deeply?
Okay, I went to get a drink as Jim. Okay, back to Jim.
Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yes.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Okay. I am Jim. Let's do this, okay? Let's do this.
Jim.
Oh,
Yes! You see?
Yeah.
What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
okay.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time.
It
If
does,
this were
it
the
does.
only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break
It
from
would
the
be
Jim
worth the
button.
money. This
I'm
is
too emotionally
quality
drained
content.
from all of
Quality
this
content.
personal validation.
I'm excited for Stanley Parable too.
Whoa there, cowboy.
Oh.
Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the Jim button.
I can never
away.
be. No.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you
No,
actually
please.
are.
Jim.
Ah. Okay. I was really vibing myself being Jim there, though. Can't press these? No.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
The button that says Jim. You heard Jim in the game. Okay. Please, no screenshots. Okay, we gotta screenshot everything. A whole new office. That is in orange. The baby's all grown up. Bankruptcy. The new updated ray trace more of the same, but in a good way, sequel to the Stanley Parable. New features, new content, new ideas. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Schween shaders. The jump circle's back. I kinda wanna see that bucket though. Merch. I saw the new content. I want that shirt. I saw the new content. This t-shirt is the best new feature. The end is never the end again. Bucket. New content part 2. Does that QR code actually go to something? Let me see. Give me a sec. It does. StanleyParable2.com. Hold on, let me. This actually looks interesting. Let me get that up here. Okay, here. This is taste the sequel. Okay, hold on. Let me fix this somehow. Okay, let me. Okay. Welcome to the Stanley Parable 2. Taste the sequel. Doesn't do anything. Now in Expo Hall 2. Learn more. Oop. Stanley Parable. A sequel, huh? Watch our helpful and informative video to learn more about the Stanley Parable and what the journey of becoming a sequel is all about. That's new. If you're more of the prequel sort of person, check out the Stanley Parable. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the exhibit. Okay, let's watch it. Wait, let me see if this would work. Yeah. Wait. There you go. Okay.
Say there, Timmy. What's that you're enjoying? Why, it's breakfast, of course.
What is
Everyone loves breakfast. But did you know that breakfast is getting a sequel? That's right.
What?
It's called Lunch. And critics are raving that lunch
What?
will be everything breakfast was and more. With a little luck,
Breakfast.
we may even get
sequel
a
to
trilogy
Breakfast and
series
Lunch.
out of it.
Okay.
Say, you know what a sequel is, don't you, Timmy? Why, sequels are the world's way of clinging helplessly to the past. We all want more of the things we
Goodness.
love, and we're all afraid of change, which is what makes sequels so popular. New ideas are dangerous, Timmy, and they can lead to early aging.
Yeah,
This
come on, Timmy.
eager-minded young thinker is just 29 years old. That's why we have sequels, to keep us couched in the familiar and the comfortable. Sequels are the bedrock of a healthy, functional society. And if you look around you, you'll find them everywhere you go. For instance, this man is developing a sequel to the automobile, which we'll call the vertical automobile. It's a useless, impractical invention.
What?
And in 2 days' time, the man will be publicly stoned to death for his crimes against
Oh
gravity.
no.
Not all sequels are
Publicly
heretical
stoned?
nonsense, however. Here's the man who invented breathing, which is the sequel to suffocating and dying a slow death. Even your parents are getting a sequel, Timmy. Their names are Rob and Jessica, and they'll be taking care of
Jessica?
you once your original parents are sent back in time to fight a secret war for the government.
What?
Sequels can be very
What is
fashionable.
this?
This young woman is wearing 5 shirts at once, which is the sequel to wearing 4 shirts at once. Look at Becky over there, wearing only 2 shirts at once. Get with the times, Becky. In fact, there is only one single thing in the world that isn't a sequel. It's this. We don't know what it is or why it exists, but it's the prequel from which
What is
all
this
sequels
thing?
are derived. And just like everything else, the Stanley Parable is getting a sequel too. We all know, of course, that it was your favorite game as a child. Don't you remember those long, lazy afternoons you spent playing the Stanley Parable?
Of course.
Watching your
Who
precious youth
doesn't have
fritter
a-
away hour
Who doesn't have a
after
childhood
hour.
full
We've
of
all
Stanley
wasted our
Parable?
childhoods in one way or another, and you were fortunate enough to get to waste yours on the Stanley Parable. But the Stanley Parable came out years ago, and you're not a child anymore. You're a man, which is like the sequel to a child. And as a man, you want manly
Yeah, we're
things
man.
like
We're men.
Texas and cheating at baseball. You need a man's video game, Timmy. And that's why the Stanley Parable 2
Hey, isn't that
will be
that-
perfect for you.
I forgot the
it's as
animator's
manly
name.
as video games can get.
I've seen.
And if you
I've
don't
seen
believe
him.
me, let's look at the burly hunk of a man who's responsible for the game. Huh, here he is, hard at work. His name is Gregory 8-Pack, and he's the cutting
8-Pack?
picture of raw, virile masculinity. Gregory
God
is what we
dang.
call the ideas guy, and he has the most important role on the team. The ideas guy tirelessly comes up with interesting concepts and then hands them off to the rest of the developers for the relatively simple job of turning those concepts into reality. For example, he's the one who picked up the phone and declared, "Someone ought to make a sequel to the Stanley Parable." Good work, Gregory. Go ahead
Good
and
work,
take the
Gregory.
rest of the day off.
Yeah.
With the hard part out of the way, work on the game can now begin. The game's developers must answer a simple question. What makes a sequel in the first place? Well, it's simple. Sequels are an opportunity to correct the mistakes
control
of their
facility.
predecessors.
No way.
We've all made mistakes, and we've all caused harm to someone we love in order to cover up our mistakes.
What?
When developing this particular sequel, it's important to start by thinking, what mistakes did the original Stanley Parable make? Well, first off, most of the pornography in the original game was stolen or pirated, and it's time we paid the licensing fees fair and square. Second, the Stanley Parable was catastrophic for this man named Leroy, whose personal information, including home address, social security number, and bank information, were all displayed prominently in multiple locations throughout the game. Although Leroy's money and identity were stolen, the fact remains that his personal information was the emotional core of the game and absolutely vital to a nuanced understanding of the story. As reparation for the harm we caused him, the sequel will contain a brief and insincere apology to Leroy, tucked deep within the game where it will be difficult to find. Finally, the Stanley Parable made the mistake of leaking too many government secrets about the nature of the Time Wars. Without these intricate details of specific military tactics, the story is likely to make very little sense. But we've decided to remove them from the sequel in the interest of helping the state's efforts. We'll get to you yet, Time Dracula. Now then, it's time to set about constructing the Stanley Parable 2. Game development is a difficult and complex art, one which can only be fully understood by this race of hyper-intelligent child soldiers bred in laboratories. They begin by studying the original Stanley Parable. Here it is in its raw, untouched form, a specimen of technological perfection. Time to exploit it for profit. We begin by adding jokes. The Stanley Parable was most widely known for its stark lack of humor, bucking all conventional industry wisdom. It was a bold artist statement that its developers stood firmly behind. But in 2022, it's impossible to reach even a single consumer of video games without jokes of some kind. So very well, jokes it'll be. During its development, over 500 kiloliters of comedy will be funneled directly into the core of the Stanley Parable 2, creating jobs for hundreds of machine operators and producing 30,000 tons of pollutant chemical byproduct, which will be pumped directly into local lakes, rivers, and beautiful nature reserves like these all over the country. Another common complaint of the Stanley Parable is that there wasn't enough gameplay. And so for the sequel, its developers have gone to great lengths to fix this problem. Here we can see gameplay being printed onto sheets. Every video game contains as many as 1,000 sheets of gameplay. And several of the largest games ever made contain close to 1,500. On mobile devices, the gameplay sheets have to be printed smaller. For the Stanley Parable 2, as many as 35 new gameplay sheets are being printed, each of which must be delicately massaged by the hands of a child before being added into the game. This man is stealing gameplay sheets from the factory, which he likely intends to use for a personal project he's been developing in his spare time. A good public stoning will cure him of that inclination. Let's check on Gregory real quick. Ha! Still recovering from a hard day's work. Don't you move a muscle. Next up, it's time to blackmail the press. In a competitive market, blackmailing your local journalist can be one of the most effective methods of creating word-of-mouth buzz for your sequel. In fact, blackmail is the currency of social progress. From your neighborhood grocer to the teacher at your school to the man who helps you steal HBO, everyone responds to blackmail. And if you've never done it before, it's easy to practice at home on your friends and family. Simply follow the instructional pamphlet that your teacher hands out after the end of the film. And finally, there's one last tool at our disposal for making the sequel feel fresh and exciting, and that's packaging the game with collector's edition merchandise. If you order the Stanley Parable 2, you'll receive this cow's egg. A single egg will produce over 1,000 cows, which are, of course, the sequel to pigs. And there you have it. Everything there is to know about producing the Stanley Parable 2. Of course, you may know that there is also a game titled The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So which game is the true sequel to the Stanley Parable? It's an excellent question, Billy. One which the child soldiers have been working round the clock to come up with an answer to. And after many weeks of diligent research, the conclusion they've reached is, who gives a shit? All that matters is that it's more content for you to cram down your insatiable gullet. You don't want thoughtful and nuanced answers to complex questions, Billy. You just want to eat bubblegum and cheated hopscotch. So get out there and consume. Do your civic duty and bully your parents into buying you every version of the Stanley Parable 2 on every platform. Tell your friends to bully their parents as well. It's through community efforts like these that the world comes together in harmony and connection. And it's only through this connection that we'll defeat Time Dracula once and for all.
Time Dracula.
Don't let
yeah,
the
let's defeat Time
time-traveling
Dracula.
vampires win. Buy the Stanley Parable 2 and pledge to support all sequels.
God dang
for
it,
today,
those time-traveling
tomorrow,
friggin'
and into the
vampires.
great unknowable beyond.
The end. In memoriam, Billy. Oh. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Okay. Back to the game. Okay. That was beautiful. Okay. I'll do this first, real quick. This seems smaller.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But
Okay.
I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, Stephanie. Stephanie's? Happy. Okay. That's just so specific. What the frick? Okay.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday
what?
it is.
Come on. Oh, come on. Wait.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay, let's go to the Reassurance Bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic
Paradoxical.
sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem
nothing
of the
here.
game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley,
What is that?
anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart.
Oh.
It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Can I get it?
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Okay. Oh,
Can you feel it?
why did you laugh
The
like
glow
that?
of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Oh, why,
I
thank
think
you.
that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket
Dang,
seem
this
to go
bucket
on and
already
on,
has been
don't
helping
they?
me so much already.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Now I'm even more excited for the Stanley Parable 2. So we
Does
could
anyone
defeat
give out
Time
awards
Dracula.
for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I know, right? Dang, there's so much here. The jump
You know
circle.
what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
If he's hanging on to the sequel, then I'm gonna save my jumps even more. But I got the satisfaction of going on the jumps again. No screenshot. I think it was just in there, yeah. Where am I going? Is this... Infinite hole. Okay, let's try this. My holy moly. How deep can we dig? Concrete contemplations. Time like infinity. Space like infinity. Distant time. Hole like infinity. This doesn't make sense. Opening. Rim. Depth. Surrounding area. Okay. Hole entrance. Infinity. Infinite hole chart. What the frick is this? It just keeps going. What the frick is this?
Stanley,
Oh.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact,
I just have the bucket
hole
forever now.
that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay, I guess I go.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I want to see how far this goes.
Now, I
I
don't
mean,
mean
it
to
is
be a
infinite,
bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Maybe until that dot, the white dot goes like so small I can't even see it.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
Okay, so
I
it's
don't
not
want anyone
infinite.
to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective,
I mean-
the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Oh,
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that
Meeting at
you're
2 p.m.
unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I
Just that
figured the
you're
hole was as
vasty.
deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on
Okay.
me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why
It's
don't
alright.
we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
okay.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
You're not
normal
freaking
person
normal.
would
You
have said,
made
"Yeah,
an
that's
infinite
infinite
hole.
hole right
You
there.
didn't even
Goes
make
on
it
forever
infinite.
till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Oh,
Oh.
That
Did
was
the hole
faster.
seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean,
Maybe I did.
admittedly,
Or
I
I
didn't
think I
make
did.
an infinite
Felt like it.
hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively
There you go again.
thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
of course I am.
If this starts to become a thing where...
Oh,
Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the
I mean,
lax
it
overall
wasn't
standards for
infinitely,
accountability
but
and marketing.
whatever,
What's
I guess.
going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is.
Oh.
The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Okay.
Is the, teleport button not working?
It's not.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
It's not working.
Still nothing? Well, I
Oh,
suppose...
it's gone now.
I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye,
What?
Stanley. You couldn't bear
What
to
do you
be
mean
away
you're
from
out?
the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for.
No.
It's a win for everyone.
Okay,
you get
get
to
me
be
outta
with the
here.
hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Oh, he actually left. What am I supposed to do now? I mean, I do have my bucket, but... What the frick was that? Is there something out there? Whoa. Going down. Is this an elevator? Am I gonna go somewhere? What the frick is happening? Change your perspective. Oh. Is that what I look like? Gonna keep it like that. Perception. Oh, right. Freaking. Whoa. This is actually really good. Jam it. Change my reality. Oh. Oh. Bones? What the frick is happening? Space? Blue? Change self? What is that? What am I? What? A beach? What? What is happening? What is that? Oh no.
Stanley! Stanley!
Oh,
Oh,
what?
good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
What
Because
the
this hole
frick
is
was
just so darn
What was that?
fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment.
Thank you, narrator.
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them.
Okay.
Stay alert, Stanley.
Sure.
I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Toodle pip to you too, narrator. Is it gonna happen again? What if I just go begin again? Oh, I'm all the way back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I never got to
Perhaps
see
he
the
had
other
simply
places.
missed a memo.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Yes, I noticed your sign. I
have
gotta go
something
back. I
very
didn't get
exciting
to see
show
the other
you.
places. There's so many other things I didn't see yet. Speedrun.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
It's not that
the
bad.
original Stanley Parable was a landmark.
I mean, we have
and any
Stanley
new content for it
Parable
should live
2.
up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
We gotta speedrun this.
Yes, you
Make
see,
it all
isn't
to
this
the
far
end.
superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts,
Oh, I need
that
the
surely the
bucket again.
game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features. A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
Yeah.
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance
Come on.
while the bucket is in your arms.
Yes,
And to
I
be
need the
honest,
bucket.
It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on,
Yeah.
give it a try.
Why does he laugh like that?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact,
Beautiful
can
bucket.
I say that
Just
I
pick
do
it up.
believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Thank you.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, let's skip the button.
Does
and
anyone
let's
give
skip
out
the
awards for
poll.
most
We've already done
enjoyable
that.
bucket
I
in a
do wanna
video?
change
Okay,
this
I'll be
stuff.
honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version,
since-
the office could use a bit of decoration,
Since
like
you
balloons.
chose the
But
other
I'm
ones, I'm
undecided
guessing
on
I'm just gonna-
Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize
But
that
all
you
along,
knew which one you
the Happy
actually
12th birthday
really
was my
wanted all
real
along.
opinion.
Happy 12th
Yeah,
birthday,
yes.
step-niece it is. Or
Beautiful.
actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Free, new, plus easy achievement. It just works. Wow. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. It just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes.
Oh.
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard,
clickbait.
Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Is that it? Well, it was an attempt. I mean, we couldn't get the achievement as easy as clicking 5 times
What else?
on door
What other
430.
exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I still have 15 jumps left. So I saved my jumps, but I didn't save the other stuff. Wait, what is this called? Collectibles. Can you find them? Collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle
What
the
is
intrinsic
happening?
joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable
Oh my
life.
god. Everyone's dying for a friggin' Stanley Parable collectible. When I was 6. Is that it? Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement
Jump circle,
right there.
this map,
It's
free
future-oriented. It
button,
screams progress and innovation
setting
and
for
long-term franchising potential.
Office decorations, epilogue, collectibles, infinite hole. Settings world champion and epilogue. Where's epilogue? Oh, epilogue's over here, I guess. Oh, right here.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Is that it? Okay. We haven't figured out the epilogue yet. It'll come soon, though, in Stanley Parable 2, coming this summer. Setting world champion. That's my goal. I can't go in. How do I... Hold on. Get your first achievement, beat the game, click on door 435 5 times. Test wait, that's a real achievement? Test achievement, please ignore. Test achievement description, replace this. You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Commitment, play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday? Just a bunch of baits. Speedrun, complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds, not including load times. Oh, setting world champion. Set all setting sliders in the menu to all available numbers. Super gods, I don't play this Stanley Parable for 10 years. Oh. Wait, so I just gotta... Like, okay, 72. Mouse sensitivity. And English. Oh, Yeah. Medium, 80. 80. Acceptability. Oh god. Okay. It was medium, right? Yep. This was off. Okay. Okay. I don't want to do that.
This is a man named...
Okay. Do that. Okay. Do that. Okay. Oh god. There's a lot of these, aren't there? Oh, wait. Go back. Go back. I think I did it. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Right? 8. A. Double A. Okay. High. Controls. I did it! Settings World Champion! Let's go!
Aha! I can see
Okay.
you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well
Thank you.
done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen.
The champion of the
so,
setting of both
just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't
Bumpscosity?
quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh boy, I can't wait. Oh wait, that's an actual thing. Adjust the viscosity. Go from 0 to 1,000. Okay. Max bumpscosity. Let's do this. I can already tell. I can already feel the bumpscosity. I think I did everything. I did the epilogue and I did the Settings World Champion. Yeah, okay.
All right. Have you seen
Can't
everything
jump.
you wanted to? Ready
got
to move on
achievement.
now?
Well, I mean, I can jump. I have 15 jumps left. New mug. Another new mug. Oh, wait. Does that say new mug again? I see an A. I assume that's just says again.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but
Okay.
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
I believe in
There's
you.
definitely a good game in there somewhere.
Yes,
Say,
there has
let's
to be.
do an
The
experiment.
infinite
I'll
hole
arrange
and,
these new features together, and we'll see whether or
those
not it
collectibles.
coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh god, this is even worse.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating
Look, it's
gags,
the
but they
bucket.
don't add up to anything.
Oh, there's multiple buckets.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With
Yeah, of
respect.
course, tastefully.
With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something
427.
up. All
Stanley
right,
Parable
perfect.
2.
Go ahead. Take a look.
All right. The Stanley Parable 2. No way. There, I saw the achievement. This is quit the game. I'm gonna quit the game real quick and see what happens. Okay. Let me just open the game real quick. Okay. Written by Davey Redden. Please enter the current time. What's the current time again? It's 8:40. In a few hours. 8. Oh, nope. Way past it. It's 8:40. Yeah. Hang on. Okay. Before we get started, can I just say something? Okay. Thank you for actually saying the clock both times you booted up the game. No problem. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 o'clock and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about the experience. You're paying attention. I got you, man. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're saying are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal, okay? Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Thanks. Alright, I'll let you go back to your video game now. Stanley Parable 2. Finally, we got Stanley Parable 2. Now to truly start this gameplay.
This is the story of a man named...
I'm gonna skip it. No. Welcome back. Got an achievement. They added the
All of
balloons.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Did he add anything else? Oh, okay.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Working hard or hardly working? No new content door this time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What should I do? I'm gonna not answer him.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Oh, no.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Is there a way back up? There's no way back up. I just jump down? I do want that collectible though.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure
No
of
reward.
a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried.
I mean, yeah.
So, I
Job well
implore you
done.
to savor each
I
and
could do that.
every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I'll savor each and every moment. Don't worry, narrator. Where's this gonna take me? Whoa. What? What is it? Who's that? Help, help. The striped shirt savage is tearing off my arm. Ow. Beware the referee of pain. I'm so confused. What the frick is this? Where am I? Narrator? Narrator sound system. Oh. Oh.
Okay, this is day
Okay.
number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything
The frick is
makes.
this?
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation
This is getting
for it.
pretty dark.
I still haven't figured out
Is it getting
why
dark?
I
I
see the
honestly
world
don't know what's
so
going on. What's happening?
differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
You can monetize it?
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful.
This is gonna
because as
friggin-
soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
What?
What's that? Who's there?
What the frick was that? Gambarata? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. Adios. Thanks for watching. I'll play some more later. Bye.